A parsha describes how Joseph sustained Egypt and the surrounding countries during the years of famine. And people came forward, they needed produce, they didn't have their own produce, and he would sell it to them. And after a while, people ran out of money. They had nothing further to sell. And Joseph organized that Pharaoh would take their land, he would expropriate their land in return for produce, and that they would have to pay a certain amount of taxation. But then Joseph did something very strange. He organized an exemption for the priests, for the religious leaders in Egypt, that they wouldn't have to pay Pharaoh, they could carry on doing their work, and they wouldn't have to pay these taxes. Why did Joseph do such a thing? Did he have such a love for those pagan priests? And perhaps the explanation is as follows. Joseph knew that times would change in Egypt, and that although it was good for him and his brothers now and his family, things would start to deteriorate. They would become foreigners. In fact, they would ultimately become slaves. And he wanted to ensure that there was a law in place that exempted the priestly class of any population from having to work. So that priestly class could look after the population and the spiritual needs of the population. And that's exactly what happened. When ultimately the Hebrews became slaves to Pharaoh and they had to work, and it was very, very painful and very degrading, there was one tribe that was let off, and that was the tribe of Levi. And they were able to study, they were able to offer spiritual nourishment to their brothers. That's why Moses and Aaron were able to walk in and out of Pharaoh's palace. They didn't have to go to work because they were from the tribe of Levi. And so it is we find later on, when God took the tribe of Levi and turned them into the priestly tribe. He said to the rest of the Jewish people, you must work, you're going to come into the land of Israel, you're going to work, you're going to have farms and agriculture and business, but you need to have one tribe that's going to take care of your spiritual needs. And you must support that tribe. You must take your taxes, your tithes, and support them. And so it is in every society. There are people that have to work. That's the vast majority of the society. But the society also has to make sure that there are academics out there. There are researchers that are able to sit in university and come up with all of the different things that we need for society to function. If everybody's going to have to work at the same level, we're never able to progress. And this is an idea that was set in place by Joseph. And so it is in the Jewish world. People have to work. That's what it says in the Torah. But we also need scholars who are going to make sure that the Torah is transferred from one generation to another. And therefore, in every society, in every Jewish age, we've always supported scholars and made sure that it's their responsibility to see to it that we continue Jewish academics and understanding and knowledge for all time. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.